Hey, what's up guys, Adam here. And in the last 10 years, projectors have come down in both price and in size. And more recently, we started to see an influx of mobile, small, compact projectors. And one of the companies that's actually leading this new style of projectors is a company called Aiptek. Now, if you've been a long time subscriber or follower of my channel, you'll know that the first time I actually made reference to Aiptek was at the Gadget Show Live in 2016. And I spoke to one of their sales representatives and they gave me an in-depth look about what types of products they actually offer and a small history about the company. Shortly after that, I was able to get in contact with Aiptek again, and they allowed me to review one of their more recent models at the time, which was the Pocket Cinema 100A. And I'll leave a link to that video down in the description below so you can go ahead and check that video out in case you have any questions about what the company is about, as well as that specific projector. Now, more recently, I actually did an unboxing of the iBeam block projector, and that's going to be the projector that we're going to be taking an in-depth look at today. So starting off with the design of the projector. Now, this projector, its main selling point is going to be down to its modularity. And it comes in three different parts. It comes with the power bank, followed by the projector, followed by the tablet. And it's actually the tablet that separates it away from other projectors on the mobile market, as well as from other competitors, as well as Aiptek. What's interesting about the tablet is that it doesn't run Android, it actually runs Windows 10. This is actually covered on the unboxing as well, but it runs full-blown Windows 10. So taking a closer look at the technicalities of the tablet, since it's going to be running Windows 10 as opposed to Android, it's going to come with an Intel quad-core processor clocked at 1.3 GHz. It's going to come with 2 GB of RAM. You're also going to have the addition to allow for expandable storage via micro SD at the back of the unit. It's also going to come with a 1280 by 720p display, and the size of the display comes in at 4.5 inches. Now, as far as how Windows 10 performs on this particular tablet, I kind of have mixed opinions on it, because when it comes to just general browsing, such as, checking through your email, just general Google searching, it runs perfectly fine. But when it comes to actually playing video or doing any sort of video playback, especially on YouTube or Netflix, it really does struggle to play at the higher resolutions. Anything forward of even 480p, it really starts to show its limitations when it comes to the hardware. Whilst running Windows 10, everything seems to buffer quite frequently, or the actual resolution comes down. If you set it, for example, to 1080p, it'll naturally set back down to 480p on YouTube, for example. And whilst 480p looking at on the tablet isn't so bad, when it's actually blown up to projection size between 100 inches to 120 inches, you can really start to notice the poor quality. But for other lighter tasks, for example, as I said before, Google searching, or maybe doing a PowerPoint presentation or a Word document, this tablet will be definitely sufficient for those kind of tasks. So on the externals of the tablet is where we're going to find a USB port, which is going to be very useful if you want to go ahead and connect a mouse or a keyboard to speed up the productivity whilst using Windows 10. We're also going to be getting a micro USB input, which I originally thought was going to allow you to charge the tablet. However, there's no battery inside this tablet, so it can only be powered using the contacts at the back of the tablet whilst it's in conjunction with the projector, or powered through the power bank or through the mains input of the projector. So with that micro USB port, it's not really going to have much uses, maybe through OTG support, for example, but as far as charging the tablet, you won't be able to do that using the micro USB input. We're also going to find the power button on the side, and as I mentioned before, towards the back of the tablet, we're going to find the contact pins, so you can go ahead and connect it via the modularity style. And we're also going to find the slot to go ahead and allow for expandable storage via micro SD cards. So onto the projector itself. And the projector itself is a really good quality projector, and it projects really well across 100 inches to 120 inches as per the recommendations, and it uses the traditional DLP technology when it comes to the light output. To the side is where we're going to find the focusing rings to be able to get that perfect sharpness depending on what distance you're actually setting the projector at. On the back of the device is where we're going to find a fair amount of ventilation, as well as the projector controls, and these controls are going to mainly allow us to go ahead and take control of things such as the brightness, as well as the contrast, as well as the volume as well. And speaking of volume, the projector does have its own built-in speakers, but they don't sound as great because you're also going to have the fan noise from the projector as well, trying to cool all the components down. So it is better if you go ahead and use external speakers. Now, when it comes to the battery time, since we are talking about a mobile portable projector, that's going to be really crucial if you're going to be using it in an area where you're not going to have access to external power. You can expect to get around between 5 and 7 hours worth of screen on time whilst using the projector. You might even be able to push through a bit more of that battery life if you're going to be using an external source when it comes to the outputting the content to the projector as opposed to using the tablet itself, because of course the tablet's also going to use the resources of the battery, so you're better off using an external source in case you want to go ahead and preserve the battery within the power bank itself. What's interesting about the power bank that comes with the iBeam block is it's also going to come with its own USB input, which means you can go ahead and charge other USB compliant devices such as smartphones and tablets instead of being able to power the projector itself. Now, as I said, the projection quality on a unit as small as this is actually really good, and I said before, it really does perform well even when the light conditions are not as great or as ideal as they should be. When it comes to using a projector, the projector still performs really well even in poor conditions when it comes to lighting. But I would recommend using the projector if you really want to be using it to be watching films and videos. I would definitely recommend using maybe an external Blu-ray player or a laptop or a computer, as opposed to trying to, for example, view videos or content of videos through the actual tablet, because you're going to be limited on how much actual resolution you can push through the processor on the actual tablet. So I would recommend, if you're going to be watching or using the projector for full-blown video, I would definitely recommend using an external player such as a console or a PC or a laptop, something that's going to be able to output high resolution video, so you can actually really get the benefit that is going to be within the internals of the projector. So what are my thoughts on the iBeam block? Well, personally, I think this actually is a really great concept from Aiptek. I really hope a lot of more companies start to take this idea on board when it comes to having modular projectors. Since we've seen other modular devices, we've seen modular smartphones, or at least seen elements of modular smartphones. So taking that to the projector market, I think, is definitely a great idea as well. Of course, there is a few gripes here and there that I have with the overall projector, mainly down to the performance of the tablet when it comes to more intensive tasks. I think the tablet is kind of bottlenecking the actual performance of what the projector really can do, especially when it comes to the video side. It would also be nice to see some sort of tripod mount, and this was actually included within the video that I did last year on the 100A model from Aiptek. In the Cinema 100 model, so that they actually had a tripod mount at the bottom, so you could go ahead and adjust it and really get that sweet spot when it comes to angling the projector right, whereas this iBeam block does not have any sort of fixings or connections. You have to go ahead and try and place it on a flat surface, then try and angle it as best as you can. So it would have been nice to actually include a tripod mount there, but I can guess where they're coming from. It's kind of a heavy unit compared to most mobile projectors, as it consists of 3 different parts. So I can guess where they could see why trying to balance it on a tripod mount might not be the best solution. But I can definitely see that even having just the projector on its own, as opposed to stacking it up with the other module, I think having the tripod mount on the base would have been very helpful when it comes to trying to line up the best picture for the projector. So overall, I think this is a really interesting concept, a great design from Aiptek, and if you're interested, go ahead and take a look at their website. I'll leave that down in the description down below, as well as the purchase link for this product. And anyway guys, it's been Adam here. Thank you for watching, take care, and of course, I'll see you guys in the next tech video. Bye for now.